Hello, 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 gods and goddesses. It's your girl, Goddess Masterpiece. I'm back with another video. Let's jump into the intro before we get into these topics, okay? I went platinum up the reefer and the music. I used the reefer as a tool to the music. Now I'm platinum. Look at me, platinum. Indica platinum. I'm going platinum. I went platinum. I went platinum. I went. I'm going platinum. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Hold on. How y'all doing? Is that better? Ooh, it's like a little glow. All right. Well, Miss Jobs, how are you? Hope all is well with everybody. Took a little break yesterday. Yes, as y'all can see, it's been a crazy couple of days before that. The weekend. But Jay Allison was going on. A lot of y'all have been wishing me well or praying for me and Michi, and your prayers were answered because we resolved our issue, as y'all saw play out. So I just want to give y'all a shout out for that. Brand Slayer TV, thank you for tuning in. Sandra, thank you for tuning in. What's going on? Melly Mel, Misha Williams, everybody in the chat. Welcome to Guys Mastery Channel. Again, it was a crazy weekend, but it was a bright light at the end of the tunnel. So we're gonna stick with that energy, right? I hope that people took a valuable lesson from it, because I see a lot of the feedback in the comments. A lot of people been emailing me, DMing me, like, listen, I was touched by that live because more women need to learn how to put their differences to the side. So thank y'all once again, because there was more positive feedback than negative feedback. So I am appreciative of that. Yes, and I got to 4K. Now that wasn't my goal. It wasn't this. Again, this was not something that I contrived or set up. I promise you that. It just was out of my passion and energy, that it was like a tower moment. For those that know about tarot, if you don't, a tower moment is like a surprise. It's like something that shakes you to your core, something that either pulls the rug from under your feet, or is a good surprise, right? It could be good or bad. But it's like things falling apart to come back together. So that is the message out of this. Thank y'all so much, Freedom, for everybody tuning in. I just wanted to share a couple of things, which a few people asked me, how can they support the Divine Harmony fragrance. All right. So this is one of the ventures that I took a part in from taking Michi X's multiple streams of income course. So my perfume is on Pietro Studios. Now, I'm not gonna lie, my website is down. My website is down temporarily. I told y'all that before, though. I didn't say it in every live, but I did tell y'all that I was taking a brief step back to regroup my thoughts and to how I'm gonna proceed in my next cycle, if that makes sense. Thank you. Everything happens in divine timing. So I also put it in the community tab as well as the description box. I took my website off for now. I still have the domain. It still belongs to me. But the website, my Wix account is disabled. So you need a hosting site along with your domain. So I still have my domain. I'm not totally a bum ass bitch, but I had to take a step back. Thank you, SC. So everything happens in divine timing. And again, I tried everything. I want y'all to know, and I've been telling y'all this, don't be like me. Because when I first took Michi X's course, I was so hyped. And I did get a lump sum of money. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, where I was dibbling and dabbling in different things. So I have the perfume line. Let me just show y'all really quick. I did drop the link in the chat because people asked. I don't force these things down people's throat because, you know, this is a blind buy, but I promise you, you won't be disappointed with this fragrance. I definitely did the ultimate seal of approval on this fragrance. Again, it's named Divine Harmony because that's my last two children's middle names. Bryce Divine, Aria Harmony. And the perfume is $38.99 on PHO with shipping included. It's probably gonna be about $44, $45. I'm not sure, but it usually comes express. I know certain situations it may not come as fast, but it's supposed to come express. What else? So I did that. I also did Printful. Let me show y'all that because I never spoke negatively about Michi X's course. For me, it was the inability to promote because I was having so many haters that was trying to block me. What did I do? Damn, I haven't been on Printful in so long. I don't even remember my password. But I definitely have a t-shirt design on there. I had quite a few designs that I did on Printful. But I've taken some of them off. So I just want to show y'all that real quick. Who's in the chat? Hold on. Misha, he said between the heat, crime, pestilence, shortage, tempers, and inflation, a wide population of the country is Sodom and Gomorrah. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. Right, give me 2 minutes. Mike Langley, Sodom and Gomorrah is trending on Twitter. That's why I use that as the title. If anybody wants to know one of my tricks, what if I look for a trending topic, it's gonna be on Twitter sometimes, right? Try Brooklyn, thank you for tuning in. That's just one way. Uncle Shug, shout out to Uncle Shug. He's also a content creator. Now, originally people was saying you was trolling over here, but he gave me and Michi a dope shout out. I just happened to be tuned into your live the other day, and you said something really positive that you were happy that me and Michi squashed our differences. So I'm gonna say thank you, Uncle Shug, for the shout out. As long as you saying nice things, then we all good. Sean Shatrina, thank you for tuning in. Lions Avenue. Again, I'm not trying to hold grudges. As a matter of fact, a couple of people hit me up after Michi's live, people that I haven't spoke to in a long time. So I want to say, as long as we can have an open dialogue and people can recognize where they also went wrong, because I had apologized to some people on the trip if they felt offended by my tone. But then I didn't get the same apology from some people, but I did get an apology the other day. So I'm going to just keep it moving with that, right? Thank you, Uncle Shug. I appreciate you. All right, I was supposed to be showing y'all something. Hold on. And then we're going to get into the topics. Sorry this is taking so long. But I wanted to show y'all my Printful because I'm going to try to reinstate my website tomorrow. But yeah, I had felt defeated. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I was feeling defeated because, you know, people was hating on me. All right, so look. This is one of the designs. I didn't mean to do it like this. And it's taking forever to come up. But yeah, this is one of the designs. Let me just try to blow that up for y'all. Okay, it's not working like that. Never mind. But some of y'all saw this design on my website. Under her is a lady with bags under her eyes. And basically she's saying hustlers don't sleep. Because people have made fun of my bags before, right? Let me blow that up for y'all. People always got something to say about my eyes. So the reason why I have bags under my eyes. Okay, what did I just do? They're money bags. Put it like that. All right. Anyway, tomorrow I'll be reinstating the website because y'all gave me a new inspiration. I had kind of said I was going to put it to the side because it was just so hard to navigate on social media. Every time I turn around, somebody was flagging me, or Facebook would be suspending my account. Instagram was suspending my account. That's why I was trying to get away from my highly addictive eats Instagram. I'm trying to rebuild another Instagram because they flagged me so much on highly addictive eats to where I couldn't even go live. Like it's like it's pointless to even try to go live. Thank you, Hollow Vegeta. Thank you for tuning in. Uncle Suge, thank you. I tried. I tried my best. Like I'm gonna work on more physical self-care, right? Because I work on my spiritual is on point. Not on point. It's that could use some work because I'll be having my moments. All right. My spiritual is more on point than my physical because I mostly go off of passion. So I'll be like, oh, let me just go live. But you know what? We in the season of divine feminine energy, right? A couple of people told me, you got too much masculine energy. All right. So let's balance it out a little bit more. I'm not going to get rid of the masculine altogether. See, saying what's going on. But I need to balance out my feminine energy a little more, right? Thank you so much, y'all. All right, let's get into the first topic. So I want to share something with you guys. There's a Brooklyn bishop who was robbed during his sermon on Sunday, and I want to show you the news clip. Okay, guys? Let's get into this. At gunpoint. Robbed at gunpoint at that. Hold on.
A Brooklyn bishop was robbed at gunpoint in the middle of his Sunday sermon today, and it was all caught on camera. The service was being live streamed this morning when he says 3 to 4 men walked in with guns. He spoke at length with CBS 2's Lisa Rosner about why he believes he was targeted and his message for the suspects.
5 to 10 minutes into preaching Sunday morning on Remsen Avenue in Canarsie, Bishop Lamar Whitehead saw the door in the back of the room kick open.
How many of you have lost your faith because you saw somebody else die what you about to go through? Yo, all right. I seen 3 to 4 men come in. I said, all right. It's pretty much stating that I'm not going to do anything, right? Because I know y'all coming for me. Y'all coming straight to me. I don't want my parishioners hurt, right? I got women and children there. As I got down, one went to my wife and took all her jewelry and had the gun in front of my 8-month-old baby's face. Took off my bishop's ring, my wedding band, and took off my bishop's chain, and then I had chains underneath my robe. He started tapping my neck to see if anything else. So that means they knew. They watched and they knew that I have other jewelry.
The church's live stream shows the gun being held on the pastor.
They had the guns on my deacons that was at the door.
Whitehead says what you don't see on camera are around 100 congregants who were in the room. Men, women, and children dropped to the floor in silence.
My church is traumatized. The women and children are still crying. Still crying. Babies are still crying.
Police say the men took off in a white Mercedes. Whitehead says cops have a license plate and witnesses saw the men change clothes outside.
These men, they need to turn themselves in. I forgive you, and I'm praying for you. And I hope that God deliver you from the mindset of who you are at this time.
Whitehead believes his family was targeted because of the publicity he received when he helped turn in the suspect wanted in the fatal subway shooting of 48-year-old Daniel Enriquez in May.
I turned them in, but the media called me the bling bling bishop. They had my Rolls Royce car all over everywhere, and I feel that played the part in this. I think all pastors should be able to get permits for pistols.
The NYPD is investigating, and Whitehead says the mayor and top police brass have called him, pledging support to find the suspects. Fortunately, no one was hurt. In Canarsie, Brooklyn, Lisa Rosner, CBS 2 News.
In a statement, a spokesperson for Mayor Adams said, quote, no one in this city should be the victim of an armed robbery, let alone our faith leaders and congregants worshiping in a house of God. The NYPD is investigating this crime and will work tirelessly to bring the criminals involved to justice.
I wouldn't hold my breath. First, let me say something, okay? Because I have been robbed at gunpoint. I was robbed at gunpoint in 2015. I know that it was an inside job because nobody's going to rob you if they think that you don't have something. I was with one of my coworkers who we just started hanging out. She asked to go out with me on a Saturday night, and a guy was accompanying her. And the guy kept begging for us to come out to breakfast. And I was like, no, 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 I'm tired. It's like 4 o'clock in the morning, almost 5 o'clock in the morning. As we are all leaving this venue in Elmont, New York, which is a town right outside of Queens. So it's a part of Nassau County. Well, a guy pulled a gun out on me and was like, you know what this is. And I was like, what? I don't know what is. What? I was so drunk. He was like, you know what this is. So once I saw the gun clearly, I had my Gucci purse. This is why I don't like expensive purses. I had both sets of car keys like a dummy in there. You know how you leave a spare key in the house? Well, I had both with me. Thank you, Michelle Robinson. I appreciate you. I had some Valentino glasses. Now, granted, I got them from Century 21, but that's not the point. They was Valentino. Thank you, Misha Williams. I had my car note money in there. So that was about $600. At that time, I was doing pretty good. I had 2 cars. Well, that robbery fucked me up. But let's get into the pastor having on a whole Fendi suit. Thank you, SC. I appreciate y'all. It's there whenever y'all want. You can purchase it both ways. I just never promoted it on Pietra. It's the whole thing. It's because I technically Pietra Studios is integrated with Shopify, but y'all know my Shopify was shut down. So that fucked me up, right? That's why I said people flagging me and doing all of that, it did a lot of damage. I hope those people are happy. Anyway, Donisha, thank you for tuning in. House of who now? Yeah, that was the house of I don't even know. So that is beyond crazy. I'm trying to show y'all why I can understand why Michi said for people to leave New York, right? But New York is such a complex city because you see it's people that have, and it's the have and the have-nots that are mixed in. It's hard to really decipher a bad neighborhood from a good neighborhood because they're all expensive. That's the problem with New York, right? So now pastors are getting robbed while the congregation is there. That's so low. That means those guys are so hungry. That means that they are so broke and so desperate to do something like that. You gotta know a church has cameras. Come on now, A1 recording. That was crazy. He's flashy for a New York pastor, but most of them are. They may not be flashy with Fendi. Like he's a modern pastor, right? The pastors that I could recall, they was wearing suits. Maybe their robes was fancy, their car was fancy, their house was fancy, but he's stunting all around with the. They say he had $4 million worth of jewelry. Thank you, V Wash. Now this used to be on my website too when I had goddessmasterpiece.com. This was on there, but yeah, there's no more of these. This is the last one I found today. I just took it out the package, but I did have a great time figuring out what I wanted to do online. I just did too much. Pastors steal money from the community they preach to every day. Yes, Freedom. So that seems to be the case. A lot of these pastors don't understand that their congregation are not doing good. Like they're just not. I believe that was a problem in Detroit with New Era Detroit. Remember, they had ran down on a pastor. It was like his anniversary or something, and he was asking the congregation for thousands of dollars. And New Era Detroit was like confronting them, like that's kind of crazy, and it became a whole brawl. This is a problem in Black communities because I'm not gonna say all pastors, because I posted a video yesterday of the Greater Allen Cathedral in Jamaica, Queens. Now I know people have said negative things about Floyd Flake, but I only know positive things of Floyd Flake because they have actually built things in the community. I actually went to the school for Allen Christian School. They built senior citizen centers. They've built restaurants. Like, they give back to the community. It's not just, oh, we're just taking the people's money. And I'm not saying that there's not certain things with pastors where they're taking the people's money, because some of them are. Some of them definitely are. I've been to churches where they would ask for offerings because, oh, the roof is leaking, but the roof never got fixed. The pastor ended up in Africa. How did the pastor end up in Africa if the roof needed to be fixed? This is a real story. Like, I'm not making this up. I'm not making this up. He doesn't use any of his wealth to help the community. No. Now, Canarsie is nice. For those of y'all that don't know about that part of Brooklyn, Canarsie is actually very nice. It's like, it's similar to Queens. It's similar to some of these towns in Queens because it's not like a lot of projects, a lot of buildings. It's more residential. I was staying in a town close to Canarsie, in Brooklyn, and let me tell you something. You're not gonna see too many beat up cars. A lot of people are doing good. I'm not saying everybody, but a lot of people are doing good. So I can see why, if he lives in Canarsie or around Canarsie, he probably feels like, I'm not a threat because other people are doing good. But remember, this is New York, and people be fronting. Lyons Avenue, Brooklyn is huge. People be fronting. Welcome to Goddess Mastery Channel, Twitter and Facebook. Join us on YouTube. I just want to talk to y'all about a couple of things. I'm not going to stay on here too long, but this was sent to me by one of my subscribers. So I was going to, fulfill her wishes and talk about it because, this hits close to home. I've been saying this about New York, that people are not doing good. And you wouldn't even know, because the guys even in the church, did they look horribly bad? No. They're wearing name brand things as well. But they need to upkeep that lifestyle. And New York is about a lifestyle for a lot of these people. They don't even understand why they feel like they need to upkeep this lifestyle. It's that New York vibe. So let's get into why Sodom and Gomorrah is trending on Twitter. So I know a lot of people, when they think of Sodom and Gomorrah, the first thing they think of is the story from the Bible in which, hold on, y'all. The story from the Bible in which the town or the city had homosexual activities going on. And that's why God came and struck them down. Right? Now I'm going to share this screen with y'all. Give me a second. Welcome, y'all. I'll get to y'all comments in a second. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right, so we go into what's trending on Twitter. It's having some Wi-Fi issues. Okay, trending. This is what I be trying to tell y'all. This is where you go when you want to see what the people are talking about. We're going to get into recession too. Why is recession trending? Oh, they must have took it down. Okay, Sodom. Okay, now it went down to 28. So this is about to be off the trending list. We just want to see what the people are saying. Somebody said Sodom and Gomorrah is trending because MAGAs still think the sin of those two cities was homosexuality, when it was in fact greed and unwillingness to help the poor, i.e. their own behavior. They are the least self-aware people on the planet, perhaps in all of human history. Wow. If you actually know the Bible, the greatest sin of Sodom and Gomorrah was not caring for the poor among them. Look, so this is a passage from the Bible. Now, this was the sin of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters were arrogant, overfed, and unconcerned. They did not help the poor and needy. They were haughty and did detestable things before me. Therefore, I did away with them. I did away with them as you have seen. All right. So, what do y'all think about that? Sodom and Gomorrah was not just about homosexuality, but the fact that they didn't care about the poor. Thank you, Jen J. I appreciate you. He said, I like to see his record on helping the community. An overabundance of wealth and not giving back seems suspicious to me. Well, in another news report, it said that he actually did some time. He's actually a felon. And we're not going to, hold on. We are not just ostracizing people that are felons, because I have went to prison, not prison. I have went to jail several times. I never went to prison, excuse me. I never saw a prison, the inside, for me being an inmate. Have I went to jail? Yes. I have been in Rikers Island. Yes, I was in Rosie House. Yes, I was for one night. For not paying my fine. Yes, I was. The look, Queens Criminal Court ain't no joke. Oh, you ain't paid a fine? Remand. Okay. Oh, you don't got it? Oh, you ain't Tasha K. Remand. That's why I went to prison, jail. Excuse me. I keep saying prison. I went to Rikers for one night. I've been in precincts all over New York City. I ain't gonna tell y'all the T or me, because you know people like to use that against me. But I'll talk about it one day. La Regina Patrizia says, one time I went to get my hair done in Canarsie in a nice house. The stylist floor was divided into a rooming house. I'm telling you, Canarsie is nice. You said, oh, everybody be fronting, driving Benz, sleeping on Auntie's sofa, or driving a Benz, living in the project, or driving a Benz and in the shelter. It's so many. I can tell y'all so many different scenarios about New York. Thank you, Mike Langley. I can tell y'all so many, and they don't think that there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing is wrong with it. It's the New York mentality for some to think that they have to floss on the outside, but when it's time to come home, if you see their home, you be like, what the fuck? Hello, Vegeta. Thank you for tuning in again. Is that true? Damn it, I gotta read the Bible some more. That's what it says. What y'all think about that? People that know the Bible, what y'all think about that? And I proudly turned the back on God. Mouthpiece, thank you. They at that time. See, now after COVID, I think they lightened up a little bit, or they're gonna start pressing go again. But at that time, that was like early 2000s. Oh, they was on it. They was on it. I went to jail for an open container, disorderly conduct. That's me arguing with the cops. Oh yeah, you can't just do anything in New York. They taking you down, smoking a blunt. I never went to jail. I never went to jail for smoking a blunt, but almost everybody I know have. My brother went to jail for walking in between the train cars. Meanwhile, the Spanish niggas be riding through there smoking weed now. I'm telling yo, listen. Y'all remember that cracker pastor who told his congregation to give him money in order to end the pandemic? No, I don't remember that. Cracker pastor. Really? I missed that one. Where was that at? Yeah, because if you don't pay a fine, like, okay, I've gotten arrested. All right, the very first time I got arrested, I was 23, 24, and I was driving with my mother's car with a suspended license and had a car accident. So when they ran my license, it was suspended, and they took me to jail. Meanwhile, I was hurt. I was begging them to take me to the hospital. They was like, no, we can't take you yet, because if you go to the hospital, you still got to go see the judge. So you might as well see the judge first. So it was probably from that incident. You know, anytime you get arrested, you have to pay a fine. If you don't pay the fine, you have a bench warrant. So if you get caught up again with the bench warrant, they're taking you in. He was in prison for fraud. Pastor is the natural next step. Stop. I cannot. I mean, they proudly turn their back on God. Blessings, Queen. Y'all look at extra everything this evening. Thank you. I tried, because this weekend I was having a hard time, I'm not gonna lie. Fraud today. Shit, we found a new business partner for Vicky. Vicky, you and that pastor from that bishop from Brooklyn. I'm saying that people may be struggling even though living in a nice house. No, that is true too. But what I'm trying to say is, in New York, you're not gonna really know who's struggling from who's not. You think that you see people not looking a certain way and automatically assume that they're struggling. No, those be the people with money. The people with the $20 sneakers is the ones with money. The people that got all the extra shit. Yo, I've seen niggas at the bus stop with a full length chinchilla. Like, where you going? Where are you going? You're at the bus stop with a chinchilla. So being that I brought up the bus stop, would you say, from my understanding, a lot of words and phrases have been replaced in the Bible? Facts. I want to show y'all something I've seen on this. I don't even want to disrespect this man and call him out his name, but you know, this attorney that was on Kevin Samuel's jockstrap. He put something, a article up in his community tab that really disturbed me, and it disturbed me for so many reasons. Let me put this up. This is Dennis Sperling. Got the nerve to have red, black, and green in the background. Let me blow this up. And they think this is cute. Man refuses to give up bus seat for pregnant woman. Says pregnancy her choice. Let's read it. It's not my fault she decided to have a baby when she can't afford a car, the man said. He argues men are paying the same fare as women and deserve to sit down after a long day at work. Child, I don't even know where to start to unpack this, being that you brought up the bus and all of that. And I'm glad it wasn't a black man, because I see these motherfuckers every day in Queens. Queens is by far the worst place for public transportation because it has the most nationalities, the most dialects out of every borough. These motherfuckers don't have the respect for their women like you think they do. Y'all think black men disrespect women. What about these other races? So let's read some of the fuckboys in the comments. Look at me. I said 95% of the bitch niggas in the comments have no car. And I said, these boys are hoes and weak. What happened to the real men? Ew. Look what this guy says. This is the savagery we all need to carry out there with these modern 304s. Another man says, I don't know what he's saying. We're not going for the long comments. That's what the feminists asked for. His point is valid. Pregnant and riding the bus is shameful. Somebody else said he's 100% right. And I'm also 100% sure that no woman offered the pregnant woman their seat either. Wow. Somebody said this man is a hero. Wow. We need more of this. If they want to be equal, they can be selectively equal. Wow. 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 Anyway, that makes no sense. Nice car that depreciates and values instead of buying themselves safety and security. Yeah, because they don't even see the light at the end of the tunnel in New York. It's so far gone. It's a translation. Remember that, right? It takes a mature person to level up in New York and realize that this shit ain't it. You know? T, the true speaker. Thank you for tuning in. Curtis Williams, thank you for the donation, the super chat. I appreciate you, King. It takes a mature person to realize that this ain't it, right? So I've been showing y'all what I've been going through. Like, I'm not gonna get comfortable at my mother's apartment. But there's people that would, because they just want to be able to have the external things to floss. In Frisco, we've been walking down the street smoking since I was 14. Oh nah, New York just got lean with the weed when they made it legal. But before that, oh, you was going, you know how many people, male and female, that got locked up. An ex-friend of mine got locked up for smoking a blunt on her front stoop. And it's a whole gate and everything. And the cops passing by can literally take you to jail. Lyons Avenue. I was locked up for stupid shit. Curtis Williams, thank you for tuning in. It was never no felonies, but I'm not knocking nobody who has had one because so many different things you can get a felony for. It's not just injuring someone or, it's white collar crimes. You said, wait, fraud, could this be an insurance scam? Who you talking about? Who the pastor? Pastors get rich on congregation and backpedal and say tithing is wrong. So show us the money if you do. This is what I'm trying to say. Again, these young people are going to start doing this because they have no hope. Things are not the way they used to be. It's just not. We can't get the jobs we used to get at the drop of a hat. It's so much competition. So that brings me to an idea. We need to start a petition for people to get out of New York, right? Since they don't want us to shine out here. Yeah, Dennis is definitely a fake pro-black. But people need help to be able to get out. They just do. It's just no way around it. There's no way around it. The young people don't have the same... The way the people down south, the young people down south know that they want their own because it's tangible. It's not tangible up here. It's so much not tangible up here that they don't even think of it. It's not even a thought. If their parents got a place, I'm waiting for them to go. Whether it's the projects, whether it's a house, I'm waiting for them to go. These manosphere weirdos are incels for sure. Facts. That's dangerous rhetoric against women. Thank you. And it's hundreds of comments. And he's not the only chat that talks of topics like this. And it's so shameful for me to see the women agreeing with that shit. Knowing that they see all these black women getting killed. If a woman could look at some of those women and say, she deserved that, or, oh yeah, she don't deserve a man to give her seat because she don't have a car. What if her car broke down and she's still trying to get to her destination? What the fuck are these niggas talking about? It's plenty of people that take the bus temporarily while their car's getting fixed. Yeah, every woman is a feminist to them. They're creeps. Fried creeps. Smelling like fried chicken dinners. No decency. What's up, Musically High? Thank you for tuning in. Humpty Dance. So yeah, this is what goes on. I want to tell y'all about another story that happened in New York. Sucker shit in the world, child. You can't make this up. Can't make it up at all. So there was a chilling story that comes out the Bronx. I don't know which one is worse, the Bronx or what they said, Florida. Florida and the Bronx, they be having some of the craziest stories, child. All right. So basically, a Bronx man was struck by a vehicle and then robbed right after. So we're going to play this from CBS New York.
Getting paid to learn how to code. 12 weeks ago, I was staring at a computer, not getting anywhere with web development.
Police are searching for the driver who crashed into a pedestrian who was then robbed as he lay on the ground injured. CBS 2's Thalia Perez has more from the Morosania section where she spoke with one of the victim's coworkers.
Jessica, the man told us that the victim was struck by the car minutes before he was to open this store Saturday morning. The 39-year-old man is just getting onto the sidewalk when the car slams into him at East 169th Street and Intervale Avenue. We've paused the video at impact.
You're coming out here and you don't know what you're going to come across. And it's close to home, which is even scarier.
After the victim was struck, police say someone from the car, either the driver or a passenger, runs over to him as he's lying motionless on the ground, and the man grabs his belongings and flees. A short time later, you see someone run back to him a second time, going through his pockets. He even turns the victim over.
It's really sad. Those are not humans. I believe those are animals.
Khalid Alaudi works at a nearby deli with the victim. He didn't want to show his face, but tells us the victim, who has now been identified, was supposed to open the store Saturday morning at 7.
I was shocked. First thing I did was call my father.
Police released these pictures of the suspects and the car they were in.
It's crazy that you can be walking on the street, get hit by a car, and they'll rob you after you got hit by a car instead of asking you if you need me to call 911.
Nanette Santiago tells us she lives nearby and is concerned for her safety.
That could have been, God forbid, my son crossing the street or me crossing the street.
Police tell us that the victim sustained multiple injuries and was rushed to Lincoln Hospital in critical condition. It's unclear what the suspect stole or if he was targeted for any other reason. In the Morrisania section of the Bronx, Thalia Perez, CBS 2 News.
Whew. So, you see, when people don't have, they're going to target a person that has. I don't believe that they just hit him by accident. That was a planned attack. They knew that guy. The robbers pulled off in the Benz just like the robbers who robbed me pulled off in the BMW or 5 Series. Not even a 5 Series. What is the truck? What's the Beamer truck? I don't even know. These niggas had an all-white Beamer truck stealing from me. They always got nice cars. You said when I lived in Chicago, I would park my car for $2, hop on the bus, and then hop on the train and hop on another bus to go to college. Thank you, Humpty Dance. So you see why these niggas are fried. Because they think that people that take the bus is broke. Especially if you live in a city where there's no parking, where you're going, you have to take the bus. It could be so many different things, factors. And that doesn't mean that person takes the bus every day. You see how dumb these niggas are? Anyway, the boogie down got it. Miss John. Thank you, Zanae, Jay. I appreciate you. Make sure y'all hit the like button when y'all come in the building. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the share button. I mean, I'm not going to be on here much longer, but I want to share these things with you because New York be going crazy. That's low down and dirty. The man is in critical condition and they robbed him. Y'all going to tell me people ain't hungry out here? Indulging in their own lust, pride, arrogance comes with a huge fall. So that's what's going on out here. Even if she takes the bus every day, it's her business. But the men are trying to say they wouldn't offer a seat to a pregnant woman. They would not offer their seat because she's not worthy of getting offered a seat. If she can't afford a car, that's not their business. They pay the same fare. This is why I don't respect a lot of men from New York, because a lot of them are like that. I've been pregnant on a bus and train in New York, and the niggas be turning their head before the women. The women do offer their seats before the men. So anyway, parking was $35 to $55 a day. Hello. My mother used to do that. When my mother used to work in the city back in the day, she used to drive her car by the train station to the parking lot, pay for the parking lot, so that when she gets off the train, she ain't got to get on the bus. But she had to take the train because ain't no parking in Manhattan. Oh, it is $40 a day. I will park in LIC and take the train to Manhattan. So they just going to assume that a pregnant woman taking a bus is a bum bitch who can't afford a car. Like I said, depending on what city you live in. Their family could have one car and her man could be taking the car to work, but she don't deserve a seat because she don't have a car. So which one is it, Manosphere? Do y'all want modern women or submissive women? Because a submissive woman is relying on her man. She ain't got a car. She ain't got a job. She ain't got a career. These niggas don't even know what they want. They so far gone. They don't even know what their talking points are anymore. They don't even know. Oh, I read that. Nobody's doing that. So anyway, that's what's going on. And then I seen somebody said, wait, what? Pastor Jesse Duplantis or Kevin Copeland crooks. Creflo's admitting his false teaching. I wonder why they coming out with this now. They want snow bunny women. Yeah, they want women that are of the lighter persuasion, the Hispanic persuasion. They just are done with black women, and that's okay. But keep y'all dusty, musty asses over there. That's it. Nobody's checking for you. Nobody's checking for you at all. It's so sad. I be seeing some of these people in the manosphere, male and female, in their topics, and it's just like, how sad. How sad are you? Gotta be a sad person to speak so negatively about either your own gender or your own race. That's just Anyway, them turning on black women will be their own extinction. Facts. And again, nobody's checking for y'all. It's so crazy because I think back at some of the people that tried me. Men have come over here to try me to see, can we get goddess out of character? No, you can't. And I'm not checking for none of you weak ass niggas. I'm just not. So Tariq did a video the other day. Damn, I don't know, because I've watched so many videos. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to find it in the history. But basically, one of y'all came in the comments one time and was like, Tariq is the reason for this manosphere. And it didn't gel or dawn on me because I didn't know Tariq from back then. I didn't know Tariq when he was doing the Mac lessons. Okay. But somebody said Tariq is the reason. He knows that Kevin Samuels took his token points. What y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Let me see if I can find it. Because I be having so many videos. And I don't know. Oh, yeah, here we go. It was O'Shea. All right, let's watch a little bit of it. For educational purposes.
I run the Kifar, which is a language education and consulting company. And before All right,
we're going to fast forward because I don't know what this is. I'm sorry. I don't need no copyright.
I thought that was really, really great. So shout out to him. And they talked about a myriad of things. One, I'm going to make another video about the Fresh and Fit comment. But I want to talk about Tariq Nasheed's contribution to what is known as now the Manosphere. Now, The Art of Macking was released in 1999, and then it became a bestseller. And, of course, Tariq Nasheed, that really started his career. And, he was very popular on Blog Talk Radio. Then also, big with the Hidden Color series and things like that. But I'm not going to talk about those things because I want to talk about what is, his perspective on Brother Kevin Samuels and what's happening with Black women in the Black community and Black men. Because Tariq Nasheed, before I see, any of us come out, he was kind of one of the first people to kind of really talk about that. As far as the Black male sector was concerned, like going to Brazil, traveling and things like that, and dealing with different sorts of women before any of us was talking about it.
All right.
Right. And I'm not saying that was his real main focus.
All right, I'm done. But y'all heard what he said.
This point towards Black men, but he definitely was touching on certain things in our community that pertained to the issues that Black men had and Black women had. And I want to kind of talk about a small segment here that was talked about on No Jumper, and then we'll come back and then we'll talk about it.
The closest person to come to the level of what I was doing was our good brother Kevin Samuels, rest in peace to him. Yeah. And he followed me and he read my stuff and he understood my work and he took it to another level because I started focusing more on the racial aspect of relationships because talking about relationships is one thing, but relationships and race, they kind of go hand in hand because you're talking about getting with people and procreating with people, and then that lends into a racial situation. So I wanted to start focusing on race.
Was there anything that was part of Kevin Samuels' platform that you disagreed with? Because you had countless people who were really trying to paint him as, you know, a black woman hater. Right. And then you have the whole other side who's basically saying he was answering a lot of these women's questions. His audience was largely women, and he was really kind of telling a lot of people shit that they needed to hear, right?
No, Kevin was telling a lot of real truth, and he was telling his truth, and that's why people rock with it. Sometimes when you tell the truth, a lot of people want to get offended or pretend to be offended, but they will tune in and listen to the truth because they ultimately respect it. We've been taught in our society that you're supposed to sit here and kiss everybody's ass, and you kiss women's asses, and you're not supposed to tell them the truth, and you're supposed to pander to them. And he just didn't do that. And especially as a black man, we're supposed to just kind of be contained. We're not supposed to wag the finger at anybody except other black men. So when we start pointing the finger at certain relationships in our community, or we start talking about white supremacy, they look at that as us being out of bounds. So that's why I think Kevin got a lot of flack, because he pointed the finger at people outside of black male society.
So guys, you heard what he had to say there, right? He talks about the issues that black men have historically had in black America. Not just with black women, but the fact that it's a one-way conversation. And one of the reasons that Kevin Samuels got a lot of hate was because a lot of people just didn't want to know.
No, that's not true. And this makes me despise Tariq even more. It really does. It really, really does. Because he's the same nigga that said single black mothers don't deserve reparations. Didn't he say that? Did he not say that? Let me see what y'all saying. Yes, karmic debt is real. Real. You live in the Netherlands? And I often sat on the train with directors because she didn't want to pay parking and could finish work on a laptop. Thank you for that. So it's not just because you're a broke, dusty chick. Tariq was friends with many of the Manosphere dudes. I believe Kevin Samuels was a government plan agent. Something. And Tariq too. Tariq too. TBA says the same thing about KS and his talking points. It's something wrong with that. It's something wrong with these men that's saying they for the pro-black community and want to agree with Kevin Samuels. Nah, son, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Kevin was a weak sauce ass nigga. He couldn't handle Goddess mouth, and I'm sticking to that. Don't make me play that interview again. You said my next live should be about Jesse Lee Peterson, another pastor who spews anti-black rhetoric exposed. All right, I'm going to dig deep into him. I don't really know much. Oh, man, I just ripped my jeans. I don't really know much about Jesse Lee Peterson, but I'll do some research. K Flex. His wife about 30 years younger than him. He should be ashamed of himself. This the same fool tried to pick a fight with a white boy at the front desk hotel. Can't stand him. He always finds a niche for a hustle. He's going on all these different podcasts to talk about what? Because he needs money. He got another baby. He needs money. Baby need a new pair of shoes. Isn't patriarchy part of white supremacy, though? Tariq knows this. MGTOW, incel women, hating cupcakes, soft weirdos. Ha! Thank you, Hala Vegeta. Patriarchy and white supremacy go hand in hand. Yep. And he said black single mothers don't deserve reparations. Remember? I'm not done being on Tariq's ass. I'm not done. I will never be done. This is a slow walk. I'm about to start slow walking Vicky too. Just give me a minute to get my thoughts together. Not today, though. Not today. Because Queen Amadea is going live at 6. I know she's live now, but I couldn't wait to go live. I'll be waiting until people go live that I love and I care about. But I needed to go live because she's going live at 6. So we're going to watch that at 6 and see what she's saying. Right? Sandra said lots of hate for women in America. Sad. That's a fact. They getting killed every day. I don't know if y'all paying attention. I keep telling y'all to watch these different YouTubers. Leah Gordon, Leah Andrea TV, Black Girl Unlost. There's other content creators that do these types of content, but I'm talking about these women do specifically those types of content. So Check them out because you will be disturbed. I agree. Kevin was a weak beta male teacher. LOL. If you can't handle my mouth, he was triggered, and I didn't even curse. I didn't say anything against the guidelines. I said, I've been listening to you. You said, ladies, bring the smoke. I didn't hear you say one thing. Does a high value man have a strong erection? I didn't say what that dick do. Do that dick get hard? I didn't say that. I said, does a high value man have a strong erection? And he was triggered and felt like, you know what he said? The dick, the dick, the dick, the dick. That's all y'all women think about. The dick, the dick. I will forever laugh at that. Thank you, Rick D. Thank you for tuning in. You remember when the SWAT police surrounded his house? I wasn't watching Tariq then. I don't know about none of that with police. I missed a lot with Tariq. I came in around the time of the FBA conference. When he was planning for the FBA conference and Michi was going at him. That's when I found out about Tariq. That was late in the game. What's up, Oslie Basie? Thank you for tuning in. So that's why I be on his ass, because I'm late to the party. Humpty Dance, I'm late to the party. Thomas Martin, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. Everybody hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that share button. Hit the notification bell at the top so you know when I'm going live, because we got some things to get into. He said I sounded like him. Yeah, because he tried to say, he said, your voice alone gets me lit. Are you serious? Is she serious? You got a strong erection, the dick, the dick, the dick, the dick. That's all y'all ladies talk about. That's why you got the problems you got now. The dick, the dick, the dick. Stop. Just stop. Hold on. Y'all know I listened to that live a lot, especially once he passed away. I felt like I accomplished something. I know it sounds bad, but when he passed away, I was like, I called his show. Oh shit! Thank you, Thomas. Oh, I'm out of here. I ain't fucking with y'all. I'm not fucking with y'all. She said, thanks to KS, we know Viagra and Red Bull is a bad combo. Ooh, damn, son. Nah, that was true though, Miss Jobs. That the dick. Ain't that why you was, you know what? Never mind. I'm about to say, ain't that why you was with the little Hispanic chick? Never mind. Talking about the dick. You was giving her that dick. Freedom. Thank you so much. The hypertension have lived. That's why he was mad at me. And the crazy thing is, I remember it was a guy, an older white guy. I used to buy food from his food truck when I was working at this office some years ago. And he was saying, first of all, he was trying to date me. And he was like, I'm telling you, it'll be worth your while. To see, I don't even get an erection anymore. So what the fuck am I supposed to do with that? What you want me to do with that? He said because of his hypertension medication. Another conference planned for FBA. Yeah, they planned it already, so they finally got the date. His house got swatted because Sinji put his address out. She's another gender war. No, you for real? No, that's speculation. I know she didn't do that. Freedom. It's like I believe what you're saying, but it's like that's kind of crazy. Cause see, like I said, even throughout everything that people have done to me, I've never did that to them. I'm not paying to get your information unless I'm running down on you. I'm not gonna pay to get your address, your number, all of that, unless we really come to blows. And y'all are not that important. Some of y'all, I'm not the ones that I love. I'm talking about some of these trolls and haters and other content creators that may not like you. It's not worth it. Tariq is doing a million FBA March rally in Washington. Oh, Freedom, I heard. I talked about it on a previous live. I just didn't put it in the title because he didn't say that it was set in stone. He was saying he was planning on it and he was trying to find a date in October. So they finally found a date, apparently. Okay. How is marching going to end systematic white supremacy? Again, it's good for the goose, but not the gander. It's good enough for FBA to march, but when it's other groups marching, they're weak sauce. What's the point of marching? What's the point? Boots on, aha. NFAC, y'all are weak, aha. ADOS, y'all are weak, aha. They laughing at all these other groups, but y'all going to do the same shit or worse. Anyway, you say, yep, it was Cynthia Freedom. Are you for real? Okay, well, I don't know anything about that. That's news to me, okay? That is news to me. You said one thing I don't need is Viagra. Stop. Well, as long as you men eat right and take care of yourself, you won't need Viagra. Yes, they have a date 8. So what? You mean it's October 8th? You said I doubt that. I love Sinji. Again, I never met Sinji, so I can't say who I love or hate if I never actually met them. When I say I may dislike someone, it's the message. It's certain things or behaviors that I see them doing. I can't say I love or hate someone if I don't actually know them, right? Sinji, I don't know. But she has a lot of haters, right? Just like how people hate me, but then she got a lot of women that love her too. So it's like a catch-22 with Sinji. It's like a catch-22. I can't say I love her or hate her. I understand her. I'm going to just say that. I understand her. Whereas some people don't. Some people like, she's disgusting. How could she say some of the things that she's saying? But you said, watch Women's Fair podcast. She been exposing Cynthia. She said Cynthia told her behind the scenes that she's the one that put Tariq's address out. And this was when Cynthia, Oh yeah, I did see a little bit of that drama with the Women's Fair podcast, but again, because I don't know any of these women, I don't know what to believe. It's kind of like because the Women's Fair podcast was getting at Nyla, and I was like, I'm just gonna stay out of it. You know what I mean? Like I haven't gotten to a space with Sinji or Nyla to where I'm like, I can't stand these bitches. I don't feel that way about them right now. I don't feel anything. Viagra made out of melanin. Want to know where that's coming from? Who said Viagra's made out of melanin? I don't know where you got that from. Fruit, like, eat properly. Fellas, put down the Burger King. Put down the short ribs and the ham hocks. Just, if y'all would cut some things out your diet, y'all wouldn't have to worry about nobody asking about a strong erection. I'm just saying. Yeah, I understand her too, because some men be real weak as they not providers. Right. It's like, I'm not saying everything she said was 100% right, but I understand where she's coming from. I understand why she's hitting them so hard. Look at the manosphere. Look what I just showed y'all. I just showed y'all Dennis Sperling. She's combating all of those weak sauce, dusty ass niggas. Like, it's really that simple. So I get it. I'm just staying out of it because I can't argue with these fools every day. That's why I don't mention them. I can't get caught up in the manosphere, women's fair, whatever you want to call it. What they call it? Women's empowerment, Black women empowerment, the DWE. I just stay out of it because I'm about everything. I like to be a well-rounded person, or I'm aiming to be well-rounded. Like I'm a Black woman, so I'm always about Black topics. Y'all inspire me to keep going. But I also would like to talk about other things too. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. That does not mean I'm turning my back on the Black community. That just means for YouTube purposes, because it's not anything going on YouTube. We got to take it to the streets. We got to take it to the street. Many of these YouTubers are on here receiving their karma. Let the ancestors rejoice. I'm minding my business because, again, I don't want to dig a grave for someone because I'll be digging a grave for myself. Like, I'm going to just chill for right now. For right now, my only beef is with Vicky and whoever else Vicky was sending over here. Yeah, because this is Kundalini energy building. I didn't understand exactly what was going on. Now that is resonating in me, You fucked with the wrong one. That's all I'm gonna say. He said I work out regularly, so my blood flow is good. That's what's up. I'm happy for y'all. Listen, I'm not judging a man who has a limp noodle, but you can't have that limp noodle and be talking about you ugly, you a 6, you overweight, a high value man ain't gonna want you. Nigga, this is you. Damn. I wish I had something. I need something that's a flop. Like, sir, stop. Stop. If you know that you have problems in the bedroom, why do you have such an opinion on women? Why? That's all I'm saying. Don't bring attention to things when you know that you're not doing good in that department. Sin wants to say a lot what she can't say. Actually, she is challenging a black man to start a war, especially when she says they have no power. Facts, Sandra. I concur. I agree. That's why I said I understand her, because where some men are like, fuck her, Sinji, like the little red squirrel. What's his name? Red Supreme, the little red chihuahua. Fuck Sinji, everything's fuck Sinji, Nyla. Instead of him opening his third eye and saying, why are they saying this? They're saying you don't have nothing, so you could feel compelled to get something. But they missed the point. But women do the same shit. I've been a single father twice. Imagine me hitting my kid's mom for child support, bitch nigga shit. You've been a single father twice? Wow. Shout out to you. I hope that you work your differences out with your children's mother so y'all can co-parent, because that's what I'm working on. Hold on, guys. I need my charger. That's what I'm working on right now. So I don't want to see anybody going through what I'm going through. That shit is whack. And so I'm definitely making the changes within myself so that my kids aren't affected. All right. What's up, superstar Bella? Yes, I needed a little day, but I'm definitely better today. Fraud today. A whole fraud. You said nigga mad at himself. It is what it is. Child, don't worry. I'm gonna keep rehashing that video. I should have told my name was Goddess, but I didn't want to bring attention to the fact that I was a content creator, because then he would have treated me differently. I came in humble and he still X'd me. He still booted me out the studio. But anyway, y'all, we're going to get off of here. It was one more thing I want to show y'all, if it's still there before I get off. We talking about what was trending today. So it was one more thing I want to show y'all. Excuse me. If it's not there, then I'm keeping it moving. Oh, here it goes. Recession. So politicians, like, what's the lady's name? Politicians of the White House are working towards changing what the definition of recession is. It said the upper middle class is getting squeezed. But look, they want to change the definition to try to minimize it. Look. This person said, you want to see propaganda in action, gaslighting taking place in real time? The White House is literally changing the definition of what a recession is, moving the goalposts, lying to you, attempting to make you question truth and facts. Uneffing believable. What is a recession? While some maintain that 2 consecutive quarters of falling real GDP constitute a recession, that is neither the official definition nor the way economists evaluate the state of business cycle. Instead, both official determinations of recessions and economists' assessment of economic activity are based on a holistic look at the data, including the labor market, consumer and business spending, industrial production, and incomes. Based on these data, it is unlikely that the decline in GDP in the first quarter of this year even if followed by another GDP decline in the second quarter, indicates a recession. So what the does that even mean? Look at this picture. It says, what's next? Recession. F. Joe Biden. Definition of vaccine. Definition of woman. Definition of recession. Changing everything. We still know that y'all are responsible for this BS. So I don't know what. I just don't get it, y'all. I just, look. Somebody said this is so tone deaf. When people have to work multiple jobs to pay the bills, it is not a strong economy. So the White House says we're definitely not in a recession because we're creating jobs. But according to labor data, we didn't add jobs. People got second jobs. That's not healthy. Wow. And I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there. So we are definitely in a recession when pastors are getting robbed at gunpoint while it's a live stream with a congregation. Men are getting hit and robbed while in critical condition. Okay? Kids ain't cheap or free. Whoever the kids live with do most of the work. That's a fact. That's what's up, Holla Regina. Shout out to you for being a stand-up dad. Harrison Biden is trash. Where is Kamala? I haven't seen her in months. It's more like a depression. Forget recession. Now, that's a fact. They don't want to go there. They refuse to say it's a depression, but we know that's what it seemed like. The government up to their tricks. Wow. Sorry to hear that. But again, being a stand-up dad, there's nothing wrong with that. Right. Biden don't even know what day it is. They just changed the definition of woman in a dictionary. Stop playing. Hold on. Don't get me to looking for that. Hold on. You can't be for real. Woman definition. An adult female human being. That's what it says on dictionary.com. An adult female person. Did it always say that? We got to find an old dictionary. Even the labor market numbers are wrong because they count part-time jobs. BS. Some of these companies only offer part-time so they don't have to pay, so they don't have to get like insurance on people and stuff like that. Government devils are changing the whole world for their new world order. Facts. They are firing people right and left. Where they firing people at? I saw in the news that a whole department walked off. A whole police department walked off. And I didn't get too much in details because I'm like, okay, well, I'm not surprised. I've been telling y'all the cops are crooked. If it ain't about their cash, they benefits, they ain't doing that job. They ain't doing it for the people. Thank you, Zanae J. They not doing it because they're angels. These people getting paid. That's why I don't trust no government agency workers. Y'all getting paid. Ain't none of that shit for free. You're not an angel on earth. You're not doing the Lord's work. Nigga, you getting paid. You getting pensions and benefits and shit. Gas is high as hell and they trying to change the meaning of words. Ah. Kamala underground drinking adrenaline. You know what? Her ass probably on Mars already. She just waiting. She just waiting for the world to fucking give in. Y'all are funny. Fun fact, there is no more United States. Look up White House Office Incorporated. See it for yourself. Yeah, it's the separated states. It's the United Separated States because they all got different rules and regulations, which makes no freaking sense. Aren't they giving out a stimulus? But I think it's to homeowners. I heard they was giving out a stimulus soon. They also said it means people who can give birth. Well, I'll be waiting with my popcorn when they finally, implant a uterus in a man, and let's watch them give birth through a fake birth canal. Cause I listen, nigga, you not hurting me by wanting to give birth through your little pee-pee hole that was cut open, reinverted, and all that shit. You hurting, you got this. I don't give a fuck if you give birth to a baby, bitch. That's on you. You want to go through that? Go ahead. How they changing definitions when you created no languages. The only difference between recession and depression is massive unemployment during the depression. Massive unemployment. So it's not a massive unemployment because people had, did the boom to keep their jobs. Black first, get on code. You trying to say I'm not black first, Roosevelt Kennedy? Stimulus that people will have to pay back. Basically, because you see we had to pay it back. We thought we was going to be balling with this tax return. Well, the people that's on my level. No. I thought I was supposed to get 10 racks back. They gave me back 4. Artificial wombs are the future, right? Right. So if they want to get their little, I don't know, you can't even call it a bussy because it ain't gonna come out that way. Y'all want to have y'all artificial womb utilized, then why would I care? I went through that in real life, and it's not fun to give birth. So if that's what men want to do, because that's gonna make them feel like a woman, like what? You said it's 11 p.m. here. I have to go to bed, but I don't want to. Oh, all right, sis. Well, it's okay. I understand if you do. I'm getting off of here, though. I said I wasn't going to stay on here long, but it's been over an hour. Thank y'all for tuning in. Yeah, it's not pleasant. You want to be pissing and shitting on yourself? Okay. You want to take 8 weeks to heal before you can have sex? Okay. All right. Look. And for the most part, I'm going to keep it real. It don't even sound like they're not going to be able to push a baby out. You can have an artificial womb all you want. They're going to be giving y'all C-sections. So good luck with that. You can't create a birth canal. I don't care how smart these people are. They still can't even figure out how to give people BBLs without killing them. Get the fuck out of here with that artificial womb shit. Anyway, more casualties. These niggas gonna be dying just to give birth. Go ahead with your bad self. And I'm not fighting against it. Go ahead. Okay. Shout out to Macy Gray, right, for speaking her truth. Thank you, Carl Kilcrease, and I'll be leaving now. Psychopath. Thank y'all for tuning in for another Goddess Masterpiece show. This world is crazy. These folks are crazy. Cave folks are sick. Yes, they are sick. But I love y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Much love, much blessings, much prosperity to y'all. Thank you for all the well wishes that people that's been reaching out to me these past couple of days. Things are looking up. Things are going to be different. Things are going to be better because I finally learned the lesson. I'm closing the cycle of allowing people to use my weaknesses against me and what they feel like is going to affect me. Them days is done. Y'all got y'all laughs off? Okay. Y'all stop my bad? Okay. Well, today's a new day. So if you're not for me, just be about yourself. You don't have to come over here. But if you fell out with me and you feel like you want to address something, I'm going to do a call-in show. Either tomorrow or Thursday. I'm trying to figure it out. But I'm going to do a call-in show. And I'm going to drop the invite link for anybody that has anything to say. If they want to clear the air about something. Because there's still things that I'm unclear of. And I would love to know the answers to without speculating. Right? Yep, I'm taking my world back from the people who look. Y'all saw my best days, my worst days. But now y'all going to see my even better days. All right? I love y'all. Have a great rest of the night. And be one.